In the middle of the CCP virus pandemic, countries around the world are reviewing their relationships with China. This time, we take a look at Switzerland. This rich alpine country has always been close to China. After the communist regime seized control in mainland China, Switzerland is one of the first Western nations to recognize its rule. It cut ties with Taiwan 3 days later. Maintaining a friendship with the communist regime can be a fine line to walk. However, in 1999, a diplomatic incident showed just how fragile the relationship can be. Switzerland has one of the largest Tibetan communities in Europe. In 1999, when then-Chinese leader Jiang Zemin visited the Swiss parliament, protesters nearby held up Free Tibet banners and booed Jiang. Swiss police protected the Chinese delegation but did not silence the demonstrators. Jiang was shocked at the sight of protesters and furious with his hosts. In his speech, Jiang told Swiss lawmakers Switzerland has lost a friend. Media reported that Swiss President Ruth Dreyfus tried several times to calm down Jiang, but the situation grew tense again at the state dinner. When Dreyfus brought up the issue of human rights in China, Jiang got angry and almost left the table. Today, China is Switzerland's third largest trading partner. It's also one of the most important markets for Swiss companies. Switzerland is the first continental European country to include a free trade agreement with China. In 2017, Chinese leader Xi Jinping arrived for a state visit. Unlike the 1999 visit, Tibetan protesters were barred from protesting in front of the parliament, where the Chinese delegation would be able to see them. The protesters were given a 2-hour limit. Police arrested over 30 demonstrators as they shouted "Free Tibet" and "Don't deal with killers."
Free Tibet! Free Tibet! Free Tibet! Free Tibet!
Protesters complained that the Swiss government was favoring a totalitarian regime over its own citizens.
And the Swiss citizens, we are really concerned how our government, our own government, treats us, does not permit us to demonstrate, and does trade with such a dictatorship as China.
The president of the Tibetan community in Switzerland later said that Swiss officials asked them to withdraw their application for a permit. Journalists asked officials if Switzerland had kowtowed to China, particularly with respect to human rights. The minister replied, "We can't get everything done right away. You have to win trust over a number of years. You have to speak clearly, and this is what we did, but you have to admit that we can't expect overnight success." Switzerland has recorded over 30,000 infections and more than 1,800 deaths from the CCP virus.